How to get the graph of a function in mathematics. So first of all, we will describe the function by using this equation y equal to f of x, where we have two variables. One is x, it is independent variable. Another variable is y, it is dependent variable. And we describe the relation between y and x using this equation. So how to get the graph or sketch of this relation between y and x? So we will explain this through an example. Let's get the plot or the sketch or the graph of a very basic relation y equal to x. This relation is actually also a function, because for each x there is exactly one y. So this step, so the definition of the function holds. So how to get the plot of a function? So first we will get some x values of our choice, and we will get the corresponding y values. What do I mean by some x values of our choice? So I take -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2, and we get the corresponding y values. When I plug -2 in this equation, y equal to x, so -2 we get y also as -2 because the relation is y equal to x. When we plug -1, we get y also -1. When we plug 0, we get 0. When we plug 1, we get 1. And when we plug 2, we get 2. So we now have these points. What points? So we have the points -2, -2, the first point here. And we have -1, -1. We can definitely take the decimal values as well for x. And then we will get decimal values for y as well. 0, 0, 1, 1. These are the points, and each point, so let's look at this point. So 0, 0 is a point where this 0 is the x coordinate and this 0 is the y coordinate. So we are going to locate these points in a plane. What plane? So a plane is composed of two axes. One is the x-axis and another is the y-axis. So we locate these points -2, -2, -1, -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2 on this plane. So x-axis is also called the horizontal axis and y-axis is also called the vertical axis. So we locate the points. Let's put some markings on x-axis, which is 1, and here it is 2, this is 0, and here we have the negative x values, -2. And on y-axis, as we are going up above 0, so it's the positive values, 1, 2. When we are below 0 on a y-axis, so it is -1 and -2. So now let's say we have to plot this point -2, 2. So the first -2 is on x-axis, so it is here, and the second -2 is on y-axis. So -2, so on y-axis we will come down here, so it is this point. So this is the point corresponding to -2, -2. The same way we locate the point -1 and -1. So this point is here, 0, 0. This point is here, 1, 1. Here, 2, 2. This is here. When we join these points, we get a straight line. So this plot, this straight line, is the graph of this relation or a function y equal to x, which is a straight line. And of course, this straight line is extended both ways. Let's look at another example. Now we are going to sketch the graph of this function y equal to x square. The same way we will take some x values, -1, 0, 1, 2 and -2 here, and we will get the corresponding y values. When we plug -2 in the place of x, we get y as 4. For -1 in the place of x, we get y as 1. We get 0 for 0. For 1, we get 1 because the function is y equal to x square. For 2, we get 4. Now we are going to locate these points again on a plane. X-axis, we have y-axis. So let's do some marking on x-axis. 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. Okay, so the first point that I'm going to locate here is 0, 0, which is this one. Next point is 1, 1, which is here. 2, 4. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2, 4 point is here. And then we have -1, -1, which is here. For another point that we are going to plot here is -2, 4. So -2, it is somewhere here. Let's join these points and look at the rough shape that we are getting. It is this one. So it's the graph of a parabola. So y equal to x square. This is how we got this graph. Another graph we can have a look at is for y equal to x cube. So we are going to take some x values. 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. So for -2 we get -8. When we plug -2 in the equation y equal to x cube, it gives us y as -8. For -1 we get -1. For 0 we get 0. For 1 we get 1. And for 2 we get 8. We plot these points on x-axis and y-axis. So this is for 0, 0. For, let's say, this is for 1, 1. And roughly speaking, for the point to mark the point 2, 8. So if this is 1, this is 2. Somewhere above along x-axis, the point, this is the point for 2, 8. And now the points on the negative x-axis and negative y-axis. We are going to plot this point -1, -1. So for -1, it's somewhere here. So -1, -1. And the next point is -2, -8. So if this is -2, then -8 would be somewhere. This is -2, -8. So let's look at the rough shape of this graph. When we join these points, so this is what we have for, this is the graph for this function y equal to x cube. We can have a look at another graph for this function y equal to absolute x. So what is the role of these two lines, absolute function? So any value that you plug in this absolute function, it becomes positive. For example, 5 absolute is just 5, and if there is a negative number, it also becomes a positive number. So absolute function makes every number positive. Let's look at the graph of this function. If we take some numbers, let's say we take 0, 1 and -1. So let's just try to get the rough shape of this graph y equal to x absolute using just these 3 points. So for 0 you get absolute 0 is 0, absolute 1 is 1, and absolute minus 1 also becomes positive, which is 1. So let's sketch the graph on x-axis, on y-axis. So we are going to first mark the point 0 0, which is here. Then roughly 1 1 is here, and if this is 1, this is minus 1, this is 1, and this is 1, and this is minus 1. So 0 0 is here, the point 1 1 is marked here, and for minus 1 on x-axis we have 1 on y-axis, and we get the shape. It is this. So it's a v-shaped graph. So this is the graph for the function y is equal to absolute x. This is how we simply plot these graphs, and for practice you can try to sketch the graph of the function y is equal to 1 over x. You can also try to sketch the graph of the function y is equal to square root x. I'm just roughly drawing this shape. It should be this, and for this y is equal to square root x will be this. Now you can try to sketch the graph, both of these graphs, y is equal to 1 over x, y is equal to square root x, by taking some x values of your choice. When you plug those x values you will get y, and you will get these shapes.